Welcome to Shomach Shava on the Daf, Shir Sponsor, Nishvas, Armiak Shalom, and Leabas Yitzchok. We're holding in Basra Daf and Gimel in the Agatis of Rabbi Bachano in the third Maamar of this Gemara. The Gemara starts 3 lines from the bottom. The Gemara says the following: Omar Rabba, referring to Rabbi Bachano, Lididi Chazili Hurmin Barlilis. I see this shade. Ki karoit akufyo de shuro de mechoizo. It's running on the walls of mechoizo. There's a horseman, someone riding a horse, and the horse is running, but still the shade is running faster than the horse. Once this shade was riding 2 mules. We're going now to Daf and Gimel base Atre Gishrei de Ragoinag. The 2 mules were staying on 2 sides of this river. The shavar mehai lehai umehai lehai is jumping from one peridot to another peridot, from one mule to another mule. V'nogi tri mazgi decham biyodin is holding 2 cups of wine in his hand. Umoyrik lehai mehai lehai umehai lehai, and he was pouring the wine from one cup to another cup. Now 1 drop fell to the ground. It was a day of a storm and the water was going up and going down. The king of the shade heard about him, and they killed the shade. Again, we have here a gato that Alponov, based on the Pshat, doesn't make any sense. What's exactly the story? So here we still have the Vilna Gaon explaining us the Maamorim, and he says the following. As mentioned before, we're speaking about the koichos, the powers of the Yetzer Hara. The first 2 powers we spoke about in the first 2 Maamorim was one how the Yetzer Hara was trying to break the person, and the second was the koyach hagaiva of the Yetzer Hara. Now we're speaking about the zrizus of the Yetzer Hara, how the Yetzer Hara has the interest in running very, very quickly. And as Ramosh Shapir explains, we're talking about the idea of pochas kamayim. When you have a Yetzer Hara, he makes someone go without thinking, going very quickly. So explains the Vilna Gaon. The Maamar starts with the fact that you have a Hurmin Barlilis. We have here a shade. What's the idea that we're talking here about a shade? So as the Rashbam points out, we're referring here to the Gemara and Sanhedrin. So the Gemara wants to tell us that the way a human being looks like, there's 2 halves to a human being. The top half of the human being, that's where he has the seichel. That's where he has the heart. That's where you see clearly that he has Etzelem Elokim. But the bottom half of the human being is where he has the koiches of the Yetzer Hara. That's where the taivo. That's what comes out the fact he wants to eat. That's the fact. All the koiches of the nefesh come from the bottom part of the body. So explains the Gra. Really, the human being is made out of 2 parts. A part which is up there, which is kodesh. That's the neshama. A part in the bottom, which is the guf. That's choyel. The avoid of the person is to elevate the food and make that Kaddish as well. But what the Yetzer Hara is trying to do is do the opposite, is to mashpia the koiches aguf up to the part which is Kaddish. So he says, Hurmiz Barliliso, what this Gemara is talking about, or the intention of the Yetzer Hara to create a Rasha who's completely Hurmiz, is completely koiches aguf. That's the people that use the Kaddish as a kli for the guf. All they want to do is gaiva. All they want to use their Torah for their own purpose. And says the Vilna Gaon, that's what it means, shur de mechoizo, because they are the sons of Tamei Chachami of mechoizo. They're using the Torah for their own enjoyment. So after we see this Hakadama, so what is the Gaon telling us? This Hurmiz refers to our Rasha, or what the Yetzer Hara wants to be created by a person. He's someone here who is empowered by koiches hara. When you compare him to the parasha, who's the parash? Who's the one riding a horse? That is the tzaddikim. As the Gemara in Sanhedrin says, Al tischare es asusim refers to the avos hakedoshim sherotzu lefonek esusim. They ran in front of me like a horse. What is this Maamar telling us? And here comes a big yesod of the Vilna Gaon. It says you have here the shade, represents the bad people, and you have here the horse, represents the tzaddikim. Who runs faster? The Rishoyim run faster. Why is that so? Zok the Vilna Gaon. When a person does lishmo, he does l'shem shamayim. He has less of an ambition, less of enthusiasm to do it. Naturally, the Kedusha is not part of the Adam. He needs to force himself. He has to work at himself to do something with excitement. But with the Rishus, the Rishayim, they are super excited. They're super enthusiastic. They have all the power of running. A person has to go and use the koiches of the Rishayim, that power, and learn from them for him to be running with all his might like the Rishayim do. And here in the Sefer Nechusa Yoma, Ramon Shapir Zatzal connects to here what it's brought down in the Sefer HaZoyar, that the Yetzer Hara, every person, you need it to cause someone to have taiva, to have the cheshek. Chazal and Sefer HaZoyar say the Yetzer Hara lo sidlova won't be mizbatel. Why? Because you need it for chamidu d'oraisa. The Yetzer Hara will be converted to be used for the excitement in Torah, for the gishmakait they have in Torah. The Yetzer Hara is the one who gives the tam, the taste, the enjoyment, the push to run after things. Usually it's being used for bad. But the idea that Asid Lava is to take it and convert it to good. So this is what the Maamar says over here. You have the shade, which means the one that the shade overcame him, he's completely bad. He's running faster than the horses. He's running faster than tzaddikim. His cheshek to do bad is greater than the cheshek of the tzaddikim to do good. So that is the first part of the Maamar. Now comes the second part. In the second part it says that this shade is jumping from one mule to another mule with 2 cups of wine. What does that mean? So the Vilna Gaon explains like this. There is 2 parts of the Adam. The bottom part and the top part. The bottom part, you have 2 Yetzer Haras. The Yetzer Hara of Taiva and the Yetzer Hara of Kino. Person he has a Taiva, he wants to come and enjoy something. And Kini is jealous of somebody else. These are the 2 lower Yetzer Haras. Above that, there's a higher Yetzer Hara, which is called the Yetzer Hara of Kavod. That's the Yetzer Hara of someone running to use whatever he has to get covered for himself. Now here, when you look at the Lashon HaGra, it's not so clear how is he referring to these 2 mules. The B'Pashab Shaf and the Lashon HaGra in Mashma, the one mule is the lower part which has the 2 Yetzer Haras, and the other mule is the higher part. Says the Maamar over here that this shade is jumping from one to another back and forth. The shade is going from taiva to kavod and from kavod to taiva, which means he's using both Yetzer Haras together. And that's what brings the Adam to the highest level of rishus, the taiva and the kavod together. And again, we just mentioned that the 2 mules and the way it's jumping, which Yetzer Hara each mule represents, is not 100% clear in Divrei HaGra, and Ramosha and the Shurim also did not go so much in detail to explain this. Continues the Gra and says, it says over here in the Maamar that day the water was going up and coming down. It says that's referring to the day when a person is nifter, when he goes up to Shemayim. His guf stays down here as the Shama goes up to Shemayim. What does that mean? That then comes Yom Hadin of the Adam, and they kill, he gets punished for what he's doing. Says the Vilna Gaon, in the entire life of a person, there's Midas Adin and Mikatregis. They don't listen so much to Midas Adin until you come to the day of death. The day of death, each person needs to stand in front of Midas Adin and go through everything that went through his life. And then he will pay back for everything that he did wrong. So concludes the Vilna Gaon and says, this Maamar, this third Maamar, is referring to the Taiva and Kavod that work together. A person is using his higher level, his higher part of his body, which is the Torah, which is the Neshama. That's the power of Kavod. He's using that for bad. And which instrument he's using? The Koyach HaTaiva, which pushes him to go forward. And concludes the Vilna Gaon and says, and this is where we're standing right now. We come to speak about the Koyach Hara. The Koyach, what's called Toyu. What is the Koyach Hara? We start with the fact that Koyach Hara is coming to destroy a human being. Coming to destroy Am Yisrael. You need the Shemesh to come and save a person from that. Then comes the second point, which is the gaiva that a person goes up to Shemaim, to the stars, and he feels that he's so great. And then comes the third point, which is a combination of taiva and kavod, that a person is using everything he has with koyach taiva. And once again, we're just touching here a little bit in Divrei HaGoyin and the Pirush of Ramosha Shapiro on it. Anyone who wants to join the Shomach Shava email list or WhatsApp group, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.